Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Alrighty. Well, thanks for hopping on, everyone. We are going over Lofty today, Lofty Q&A. So if you have questions along the way, feel free to pop them in the chat or feel free to stop me. I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you some tools for you to take advantage of. But if you have anything specific that you want to talk about or go over, I'm happy to do that as well. Before I start diving in, Doug, is this your first training session with your team in Lofty?
We did 2 weeks ago, we did a best practices with Zach from the lead gen side. And I can't remember the other guy's name. I apologize, but just about best practices with like using filters to follow up on people who are most active on the site and things like that. So I feel like we're more versed in that aspect. I think what people were hoping out of this was maybe getting an insight with some of the other tools, maybe not related to just like logging calls and appointments or building searches and things like that, but about, some of the social tools they could use, maybe some of the bulk tools that they could use to reach out, and just some other, the tool is so big and robust, right? Just making sure that we know all the cool features that we should be taking advantage of.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Thank you. That helps because then I don't want to repeat anything that Zach went over. So thank you so much. I'm going to share my screen and then we'll dive into the marketing tools.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, my screen just froze up here a second. Okay. So you should be seeing my demo account screen here. Let's see. So yeah, there's a bunch of fun marketing tools that you have access to in Lofty. We do training sessions as well. If before I dive into that, I'd like to show you this training sessions in case you ever want to learn more about different areas of the system. Here in the Help Center, so if you click in your question mark icon and click Help Center, you'll see an agent setup and training guide. And we go over different areas of the system here, starting with getting started if you were a new agent, lead management for opportunities and finding gold in your database. And then there's a smart plans training that goes over how to nurture your leads using email and text drip campaigns. And then there's a listings and marketing training going over the listings tab and the marketing tab. So you guys are always welcome to access this calendar and register for any session you'd like. We also do a live Q&A session every Wednesday as well, where you can come in and pop in any of your questions and get those answered in real time. But let's go back to the actual account here. Let's go to the marketing tab where all the fun tools are. I heard Social Studio is something you're interested in. Let's start there. So I'll pull up Social Studio. This is where you're going to connect your social media platforms, and then you can post on social media. So for the first step here, one thing you'll want to get out of the way is go to your settings and then go to manage profiles. There's the ability to connect your Facebook business page, Instagram business account, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Google. So you have the ability to connect all of these. You'll add your login credentials and get it connected and get it out of the way. Once you do that, you'll be able to post. And the nice thing too about this, when you're posting, you're able to see an engagement report. So let's say I did a post last Wednesday. I would be able to pull up the engagement report and see how well the post did on each of my connected platforms. So you'll be able to see, okay, I got this many clicks and this many impressions and this many leads from Facebook and this many from Google Business. You'll be able to actually see a data report here and can tell which platforms are working for you if you need to make any adjustments.
Ariel, quick question. If
Yeah.
they have their socials linked in their profiles, will it auto populate there? Do you have to link it again?
And oh, I see it like on your website. That's different. So yeah, you'd want to link it actually here in the actual CRM.
Okay. Just an FYI, guys, I noticed because I've been updating your profiles to make sure all the numbers were right. And in there, a lot of you don't have your social media pages linked there. So if you want that to be able to be shared, you need to go in there and put in the URL for your profile in your bio in Lofty, or on your profile page in Lofty. And because I know a couple of you like have them literally linked in your email signature text, but I don't think you need to do that if you go in and put the actual URLs in the right placeholders. And if you scroll all the way down on your profile page, you'll see a place to put in your social media spots. So check that out if you haven't.
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to show you that too after this. Yeah, so as far as posting, you're able to, once you hit create a post here, you're able to post a listing, a blog. If you have a blog running on your site, you can post a landing page, or this one is just a blank post here. So I'll go through each of these, and we'll also look at landing pages too. There's a whole nother section for landing pages. So we'll come back to that part in a bit, but let's look at how you post a listing. So if I click this here, you'll see all of your listings. This is my demo account, so we get kind of crazy here, but you'll see all of your listings, active and sold listings that you can post. So you can click on your listing. I'll just click a random one here and hit next. And what it does is it generates some verbiage for you, and then you can see what the preview would look like on each of your platforms. So on Facebook, this is what it would look like. It gives the address, it says it just hit the market, and then what it does is it links puts a link there to your listing detail page, so that when you are posting on social media, if a lead is looking at this post, they'll be able to easily click on that link and register or get more details about the property. So you'll get a preview of each of these before you post. And the verbiage here you can adjust. You don't have to leave it as is here. Oh, I'm just going to mute. I hear some background noise. Sorry. So I just muted just for some background noise, but feel free to unmute if you have a question. But here, so we provide verbiage for you, but you can absolutely adjust this, of course, and come in and type whatever you want. There is an AI writing assistant here as well. So if you're having a hard time coming up with verbiage, you can just highlight this here. And maybe you want to change the tone and make it more friendly or more professional, or summarize or rephrase. You can just click it and it regenerates the verbiage for you. So that's pretty cool. Now, when you're ready to post, you can post now. Or let's say maybe you don't want this post to go out until next week. You can come here and click which day and time you want it to go out and schedule a post out. You'll be able to adjust the images here. So if you need to delete some images or add additional images, you certainly can. There's also the ability to create a listing video and post that on social media. So this is actually pretty cool. We used to limit this to just one listing video a month, but now you can do up to 10 a day. And what this is, let me see if I have my example. This is an old example, but you'll get the point here. Basically, you can take 6 photos from the MLS and it blends those photos into a short video that you can use for marketing purposes. There's some background music, not sure if you can hear it, but it blends it into a short 30-second video. So you'll be able to actually select the photos that you want for that video here, generate the video, and then post it on social media.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. So now let's say I wanted this to go out on Facebook, but I don't want it to go out on my other platforms. No worries. All you got to do is just unselect it here, and then you just go on to just Facebook. So now that is, let me double check something on your package real quick here. This is Social Studio, but you guys actually have an advanced Social Studio as well, the Social Studio Pro. So with the Pro, you're actually able to auto post with listing status changes. So let's say you have a listing in your MLS and it's in coming soon status. Okay, so let's look at that. If I'm coming here to create a post and listing, and I select my listing, there's this little section on the bottom where you can have it auto post whenever the listing changes status in the MLS. So if it goes from coming soon and then goes to under contract or sold, you can have a post automatically go out without you having to do anything. You just have to select it here when you're ready to post. So that's pretty cool. So an additional feature that you have included. So that's how you post a listing. You can, if you needed to, you can post a team listing or a listing from the MLS as long as you've obtained permissions from the listing agent. There's just a little checkbox there for compliance that you can check off. All right. Now, if you have a blog on your site, so if any of you have a blog running on your agent website, you'll be able to come here and select it. Select the blog you want to promote. And same thing, it gives you a preview and some verbiage here, and it links to that blog that you're running on your site. Of course, blogging is recommended because the more content you get out there, the more traffic you drive to your brand and your site. Yeah.
And for some of you newer folks to the team, we do have a pretty good blog on the website. You know, our social guy pushes stuff out and it goes out in our newsletters. But if you ever need some content to share, don't reinvent the wheel. Go check the blog and just go share it. Okay. A lot of good information there for your folks.
Love it. Also, landing pages. So landing pages you can promote on social media as well. So landing pages, we'll actually hop into landing pages in just a bit, but once you complete a landing page, you can post it. So for example, if you created a home valuation landing page, you'll be able to create a post around that landing page as well. So this is saying, what's my home worth? With Michael Green's help, get a free market value estimate of your home's worth for free. And it links to that page. So this is a good one. If you're trying to attract sellers, this would be a good one to get out there. And then the last option here for posting, this is a custom post. So it's just blank. So you can do whatever you want here and just type it all out. If you're having trouble coming up with ideas for posts, there are some suggested posts here that you can poke through and toggle through and see if it makes sense to post. You'll be able to see any scheduled posts coming out. And then as mentioned on the calendar, if you expand the calendar and you want to look at some previous posts that went out, you're able to view that engagement report to see how well it did and how many leads you captured. So maybe Facebook is working great for you and Instagram is not. So maybe you need to make some adjustments to your approach there. But yeah, very cool tool here. Let's see, what questions do we have? Any questions around Social Studio before we hop into landing pages? Nope. Okay. Feel free to pop them in the chat or stop me. No problem. All right, landing pages. So we looked at how you can post a landing page, but what is a landing page and how do you create one? So a landing page is a single page of your site, basically, that you can use for marketing purposes. There are a bunch of templates that you can use. I definitely recommend poking through these when you have time, because we won't have time to go through all of them, but I'll show you some popular ones. Here at the top here, add a new landing page, pulls up all the templates. So let's say you have a big listing and you want to drive some traffic to that single listing. You can create a feature listing landing page, a nice page just for that listing. Or let's say maybe there's a bunch of new listings on the market and you want to put that on social media and just drive more traffic to those new listings. You can use this template for new listings. There's one for price reduced listings, open house listings. But one of the most popular ones we looked at actually earlier in Social Studio is this home valuation landing page. So if you're wanting to capture sellers, you create this page. The seller is able to enter their street address and get a valuation of their home. and then you capture them as a lead. Right, so that's a popular one. Maybe you have a specific area that you're really trying to highlight and want to drive attention and traffic there. You can do that. Now, the nice thing about these landing pages is that you can generate QR codes as well for any landing page that you create. So let's say maybe you want to put this home valuation landing page on some postcards. You'll be able to do that. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. There's some other landing pages here for buyer guide downloads and tours, seller forms. This one here, lead registration form. This one is useful if, let's say you're hosting an event. Maybe you're doing an event at, I don't know, your local high school. And you want to capture all those leads as they come in. You can create this lead registration form and prop it up at the front door when people are coming in, have them put in their contact details. When they do, they come in as a new lead in your people page. So this one's used pretty often as well. So definitely poke through these when you have some time, but let me show you how to generate a QR code. So once you create the landing page, you'll be able to, let me pull up a random one here. Let's try this. I like the home valuation one. So I'll hit edit. Okay, so as you're creating the landing page, you can customize it as much as you want. Maybe you want to add additional block here to the design and put your agent block. Oops, I can't see. There we go. So you could take this and drag and drop it on wherever you want and really customize these landing pages before you actually send them out. Now, once you're done customizing, up top, you'll see this little square with an arrow, and there's a QR code generator right here. So you just click that. Now, if anybody were to scan this QR code, it takes them to the page you created. So this is often used for front yard signage, for postcards, business cards. You could put create a card decal for your window if you wanted to. Lots of ways to use QR codes, of course, but for any page that you create, you can absolutely create that QR code.
I'm sorry to interject. This is Mark. That QR code, it just popped up in a window. I mean, is there a downloadable file, or I mean, how would you then actually use that?
Oh, good question. Yeah, so you would just like right click it and save it to your computer and then put it where you need to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I should have mentioned that. All righty. Let's see. So QR codes. Yeah, lots of ways to use QR codes. Now for your landing pages, you have your list of landing pages that you've created over time. And if you wanted to see how well one did, you can see how many views and captured visitors you got on that landing page as well. Alrighty, let's see. Any other questions we have around landing pages here?
Arrow, correct me if I'm wrong, but anytime a team member has a new listing, it automatically creates a landing page. I know I've seen them created in mine, and like it pops up on my people page or whatever in my notifications tab, right?
Yeah, so there's a setting up top here, and I believe this is only if you have an agent website or a team website. So those with subdomains, I don't know if they have this option. I'd have to double check. But yes, if you have this settings little drop down in your portals, maybe you guys can check on your end. But it says auto create listing landing page. So yes, exactly. Whenever you have a new listing, it will automatically create a landing page for you. You don't have to do anything.
Super, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for bringing that up.
Can you customize your landing page, or do you have to use ones that are already made?
Good question. Yeah, so you're able to edit the landing pages by hitting the edit button there, and then you can use the blocks to kind of drag and drop whatever blocks you want on here. So there's a bunch of blocks here. Maybe you want to put your reviews on here. You can drag it on and edit that way. You can hit There's little edit buttons within the blocks as well, where you can customize the verbiage or images. So yes, you can absolutely do that. If you wanted to create one from scratch, if you have an agent website, which is an upgraded site, but if you have an agent website, you would be able to actually come here and build your own. So it's like blank, totally blank. And you can use those blocks to customize it. But yeah, absolutely. Editing abilities.
So that's what they would see if they went to like our name.theoceanairrealty.com is what we create right there instead of just what's there now.
Yeah, so the URL, when you're actually creating the landing page, you're able to customize that URL. So for example, I have, let's say I wanted to do a home valuation. I keep using that example. I'll select the template. And then right here, you're able to put, maybe I want to call this just home valuation. It'll be your website name.com/home valuation. So that's the whole, if you were to market this URL, then it would bring it to that page you created.
Janine, you can also edit your subdomain page. Ariel, correct me if I'm wrong. That's not what she's talking about here. She's talking about a landing page of your own. Like if you wanted to create your own Janine./home valuation, that's what she's talking about here.
Yeah.
But Ariel, correct me if I'm wrong. They do have the ability to go in and edit their subdomain page, correct?
There are limited edits on a subdomain. But there are some things that you can tweak. So I can show you that. Let's go into the website tab. And you'll click, or I'll just pull up one of my random agents. I'm on a team admin level right now. So let me get into one of my agents with just a subdomain. Oh man, someone deleted the subdomain. Well, I'll just show you what you can edit. So you'll be able to, on your site, once you come here, you'll hit edit website, and then you'll be able to edit the header here, this part. So if you wanted a different background image, that is one edit that you can make on a subdomain. You can also edit the reviews block. If you have a reviews block, you'll be able to edit that. Besides that, subdomains are super limited as far as editing. So everybody has a subdomain included. So maybe it's, what is yours? Janine .ocean, what is it? Sorry, I need to pull it up.
It's Janine.
All of ours are, yeah, .theoceanairrealty.com. It's all of our first names, .theoceanairrealty.com.
Okay, so I'm just double checking something real quick on your side, just so I'm speaking correctly. Okay, yep, so you all have the ability, if you wanted to purchase an agent website, it's an upgraded site, but it allows you to edit everything. So it allows you to edit your domain name. Maybe you want it to be JanineSellsHomes.com. You would be able to do that. You would be able to edit every single little block here on an upgraded agent website. As far as what's included in your platforms, everyone always has a subdomain included, which is janine.companyname.com, right? But yeah, so if you were interested in getting the ability to customize every single part of your actual website, you can purchase in the marketplace. There's the IDX website section here where you can upgrade your site and then have full customizations. But yeah, as far as the landing pages go, that you can edit the landing page, no problem here. This would be janine.companyname.com/home valuation. You'll be able to edit the blocks on that.
So the difference in a landing page is that it's just like a specific thing, a specific website URL for a specific thing.
Exactly. Yeah, you got it. There's not an easy way to explain this, I think, but you got it. Yes. But
Are you limited to the amount of, like, you can do, or you can only do a home valuation at once, or you can do like a seller's or a buyer's? Can you do multiple at one time, or you can only do one at a time?
No, you could do multiple. Yeah, you can
Okay.
do multiple. Absolutely. Good questions, guys. Yep, so landing pages, think of it as a single marketing page for a specific marketing purpose. And then you
Okay,
have-
so if I have a new listing, instead of just using the URL janine.theoceanofrealty.com, I could just tag that. I could just create a specific landing page for that listing until it changes status.
Yeah, you can come here and yeah, exactly that. You got it. You come here to your landing pages and then create a feature listing landing page for a single listing if you wanted.
And then just delete it later. Okay, got it.
Yeah, you can delete it later. Absolutely. If you need to delete it, you'll see a list of your landing pages here and you can just hit delete.
Janine, then you could put the QR code on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about that, and like QR codes for open houses, Connor. Like I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
agents have signs in their yards with QR codes on them that says learn more. And you can just, like, if somebody doesn't have a showing and they're driving by and they want to scan the QR code, you know,
Yeah.
Yep.
like how would we get that? I mean, I guess that's for a conversation later, to like put the QR code on your sign out front or something.
Yeah, so with that, you would just, so let's say I created a landing page here for a single property and I hit edit here to generate that QR code. Okay, so I have a single listing here and I want to put it on front yard signage. You would come here up to this arrow, hit QR code, and then you can save this to your computer and then just upload it to whatever design you're wanting to upload it to. And
Will
then
the
when
QR code change every time?
for one page, it's one QR code. So each page
Okay.
gets its own QR code, if that makes sense.
I think what Janine is trying to figure out is like how you could put it on the sign where it's always the same. Is that right, Janine?
Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a universal QR code that like with for like 302 Rosewood, wherever my sign is in a yard,
Mhm.
how do you get that QR code on the sign? We'd have to do some sort of printing
Yeah, you would have to
and
print
then
it onto
attach
your.
it to the sign. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Like you get a Cricut.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
crafty.
Or another thing I was thinking of, instead of people just, because I like at their high school orientation, you just scan the QR code, signed in, and that was it. So it's like at an open house, scan the QR code, upload your stuff, and then then you don't even have to use pen and paper.
Yeah, so with that, for that specific scenario, if you're wanting to capture leads that are registering excuse me, are coming to an event or something, there's two ways you can go about that. You could create a landing page for lead registration, this one here, right? So this one, I would call this, I don't know, high school event I'm doing. Okay, so it would be my URL. Oh, well, I guess I've used that as an example before. So URL / high school event. Okay, cool. I create this form and then I can edit this however I want to. Maybe instead of just email and phone number, maybe I want name, email, and phone number. You'll be able to edit that block. But once you're done editing, you'll take that QR code and put it on whatever you want. And then whenever someone scans that QR code, they can register. Or if you wanted to, you could just prop this up, this page, right? So it'd be your subdomain / high school event 1, pull it up on your tablet, and then have the leads as they come in, they can put in their details here. So a couple ways. They could either scan that QR code and then be directed to this page, or just prop it up at the door and have them put in their details as they come in.
I had a question
I like
about
that
the
idea for open houses. Yeah.
about the URL. Is it your website, then whatever / whatever you name the landing page? Is that it?
Yep, you got it. You got it. Yep. So you can edit that. Now, okay. So this is for lead registration. This would be for like if you were doing an event. We actually have a tool specifically for open house forms. So let me show you that. I'm going to hop back into our CRM here. Under marketing, there's tools, and then there's open house forms here. So if you're hosting an open house, all you got to do is come here and put in the address. And then when you're ready to host the open house, I know agents like to use a tablet for this. Same thing, same concept as that lead registration form. You prop it up at the door, they scan that QR code, and they come in.
Okay, love that. Yep, that's great.
Just sign
Yeah.
in here, boom. And then if you
Yes.
set that up for yourself, then if they register, it will come into your individual
Yep.
account, right?
Exactly. Yep. So you created that form. They're going to flow into your people page here. And the nice thing too is that the lead is going to be tagged with open house and the home's address. So if you were looking at your database here and you're trying to figure out, oh, who actually came in from that open house, you'll be able to see here, oh, look, it looks this person actually was registered from the open house. I could come here and see, okay, they were tagged with this home's address. So they registered at, maybe you had several open houses that you were doing. You'll be able to differentiate which home they registered at.
So let me ask you this, is there an option, because a lot of them have agents when they come through, is there an option to like filter those out, or like an option when you do the registration, like do you have an agent? Because obviously I would just follow up with the agent and not the lead, because I can't take that lead obviously if they represent it.
That is a great question. So yeah, so let me go back into marketing here. As you create that open house form, you'll be able to customize what questions you want on there. So you'll be able to get an idea of if they had an agent. So I'll show you. If I were to create the form, so I showed you what one looks like created. It looks like this. But as far as creating it itself, you'll just hit add new. You'll put in the home's address. Clicking something random here. I don't even know what this is. Let's see. Ugly home, but I'll use that home address there. And then you select a photo for the form. And then you'll be able to select a questionnaire. You probably only have one questionnaire. We got a little crazy here in my demo account, but you'll be able to select the questionnaire. You'll decide, do you want them to get a welcome email and a welcome text when they register? And I would recommend leaving these on, of course, because in that way, the lead will actually have your contact details automatically sent to them when they register. But so you create that. Oh, I selected the questionnaire, but it didn't show me the questions on the questionnaire. So first thing, sorry, let me back up. This questionnaire button right here, you'll be able to determine what questions you want on here. So maybe you have the question of, are you working with an agent? And the lead could say yes or no. So that when the lead registers on that form and they flow into your people page, you'll have the ability to see, based off the questions you put on there, you'll have the ability to see if they are working with an agent. It would say it right here and as a note on the lead.
Question, I saw that you had optional or required there. I mean, it basically won't allow them to proceed unless they do those required ones. Is that right?
Exactly. Yep. So you can make them force them to answer that question or not. I know agents typically like to keep those questionnaires short because you don't want it too long, but I know there's some basic details you probably want to know. But yes, you'll absolutely be able to determine which questions, which questions you want them to answer by selecting here if it's optional or required.
Yeah, because
Well,
half the time either it's illegible or they won't leave an email or they won't leave a phone number.
Yep.
Exactly. Charles, can you do that this weekend and report back to us how it goes? He's muted, but I will get with him.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll try it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this idea a lot because, you know, half the crap that they write is illegible. So if you could do this online
And
and
you could
ask,
do it a couple of different ways. You could like print a piece of paper and put it on the front door and say, you know, you need to register before you come in, or, you know, have it on the kitchen table where you're standing or on the island or whatever.
the QR
You may
code, like when
actually
they
give
come
people
in.
the answer now.
That's right.
A lot of people don't want to give you their information now.
I know.
Put it on the front door. Did you register? Turn around.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah. And so with the form, once you create the form, it only takes like what, a minute there, just putting in the address and selecting which questionnaire you want. But if you wanted to prop this out the door and have them scan the QR code to take
Yeah.
them to that questionnaire, you can do that. Otherwise, if you want them to just be forced to fill it in right then and there, there's that option. So you have the option to fill in the form directly or have them scan their QR code and enter it.
So they could, but you could give them the option to do either one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
Whatever
Charles,
button.
that would be, yeah, be the guinea pig, Charles.
Now, to take it a step further, right? Has anybody gone to Smart Plans training yet?
No, we're trying to set up a meeting with, Zach's going to set up a meeting with me to, and I think you too, Errol. I don't know if he's reached out to you about it yet, to discuss building some smart plans. And then maybe after we do that, we could do a training. We touched on them a little bit, but we really don't have the ones in there we want yet.
Okay. Yep. So Smart Plans training, if you wanted to attend a Smart Plans training and get ahead of anything, you can in that help center. When we were looking at that live training calendar, anybody can register for a Smart Plans training. But basically, Smart Plans are drip campaigns that will trigger automatically based off of whatever trigger you set up. So there's a lot of ways to set them up. But what I really wanted to hit home here is that, you know how we saw when those leads come in with Open House as a source, and the tag of the home's address, you could, if you wanted to, I'm just taking it even a step further, you could set up a smart plan that triggers whenever a lead comes in with Open House source and that tagged street address, and set up a nurturing campaign that goes out every, week or however often you want it to go out, through emails or text, and try to engage that lead. So kind of circling everything back together, right, to how you can have it just automate some messaging for you. But yeah. You'll learn more about that in Smart Plans training. I don't want to complicate it too much, but just know that you can.
Quick question. Can we go back to the forms? It's got the option for send welcome email, send text, register leads as team leads. So I should unclick that, correct?
Oh, hold on one second. Let me see how your account's set up. It depends on how your account's set up. Sorry, give me one.
Yeah, that's a good point, because if you're hosting,
you asked me to do something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, seriously. No, because if you're hosting somebody else's listing, because a lot of the times our teammates will host our listings, we want those buyers to go to the person who's hosting. Those are their leads.
Yeah, no, that's going to happen regardless. But okay, so for example, let me give you a.
So, okay, I'll wait until you get to the screen and I'll see if you.
Okay. Right.
I
here,
think
right?
Different QR
I tell you guys is every lead in the system is a team lead. There's a way that you can do private leads. That's what I'm thinking it would be if that's not collected. That doesn't mean it doesn't go to you. It means it's hidden if it's not selected. So it's still going to go to you. You need to still leave it checked. That's not about just putting it in the hopper for everybody.
Okay, so then will the share with, do I need to choose myself then?
Share with here.
Yeah, I actually don't have an option to choose myself. So
I've actually never, I don't even know what this actually does. Share
that
with.
would probably, I'm going to guess that would probably be maybe the listing agent. If you're not the listing agent, just to let them know. I just wouldn't share it with anybody.
Yeah, I never actually selected anything here, and I've never tested it. I can find out for you. But as far as this part goes, registered leads as team leads, this just means, so first of all, anybody that registers on the form you created is going to go to you. Now, if this is selected, a team lead means that the team admin, so Doug, would be able to see that lead. If you had it unselected, he can't see that lead. Not that he's going to do anything with your lead. It just gives him visibility into your lead if you have this here. Other agents cannot see your leads, even if you have this selected. So don't worry about that part. It will go to you. It's just visibility of the team leader. Can the team leader see the team lead? Or if you don't want them to see that lead, you can unregister or unclick that.
Thank you, Ariel.
Yeah.
How long does it take for them to dump in?
It goes immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. Goes immediately right in.
Did somebody just get a lead that says test? Because I didn't get it yet.
You registered on your own form?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So then,
I don't want to test it in the field and it not work.
Sure. I've never heard of this having a problem. But yes, you should in your people page. Are you seeing that there?
No.
Maybe try refreshing.
Yep. Let's do another one.
Yeah, can you maybe put the let's see, how do we do this? We could test it by, I guess I would need the QR code to test it. But yeah, it should be immediate. Maybe it's taken a second, but it should be right there. I'm going to check what that share with option does, because I actually don't know the answer to that. If you guys are not familiar with your with your help center, definitely get familiar with this, because you can come in and type in whatever you want. And if you have questions, it should give you an explanation here. It says, then choose who else you would like to have access to use the same open house form. Oh, okay.
I wonder if that's for, like, let's say you have a person coming to the coast open house, but they're moving from Raleigh and you want to connect them with one of our agents on the team. You just add them to the profile and then now you're both viewing the lead. Is that what that would be?
It sounds like this just allows for, let's say, maybe you have someone else, another agent that's helping with the open house, and you want them to have access to that same form, then you can share that form with them.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but definitely test this on your end and make sure that it's working as you intend, because I've never heard of any issues with that. But is that in yet, Charles, your test?
No.
Where did you go for that again?
That's in marketing. Under
Okay, I got
open
one
house
so,
forms.
question for you. When somebody registers, you see how on your screen you got that little 0 with the people next to it? Right above, right where, no. Don't click off the screen. There you go. Yep.
Yep, that
so
should be.
Mine says there are 2, because I just made 2 accounts. But when I click it, it just brings me to the screen to do the QR code.
Yep. So in that case, you would just use your filters here for open house and put in the home's address, and you should be able to pull up those leads directly. So I can come here and hold on one second. Let me see what view you have. You guys have the different view here. Let me change it. So you did get one already? Is that what you said, Charles?
Yeah, 1 came in, the other one has not.
Okay, so maybe a minute, 2 or 5 minute lag. I don't know.
But the
But
second one came in, not the first one.
okay. Just taking a second, it sounds like. But okay, so let's say you wanted to find those leads later on. You'll come here to your filters, go to source, put in the source of open house. So I have 50 leads that have come in from an open house at some point. If I want to narrow it down by that specific home address, I'll go to here to tags, because each lead will be tagged with that home's address. I'll pull up the home's address and I can see how many leads came in from my form.
Damn, that's so much better than manually putting them in after you host an open house.
Yeah, right. Time consuming. You can't read the handwriting. Yeah, totally. All right, let's see. We're over time. Are we doing okay, guys? I have like 10 more minutes. If you have any specific questions, definitely let me know. It's a good time. Otherwise, I can.
Change? Yeah, I have a really specific one. All right, this might not be the call for this, but for the AI, is there a way to change what it says?
There's not. No, it comes. It's the same verbiage for each situation. So there's not a way to customize it. You can, if you ever wanted to tell us that you didn't like the response to the AI, you can let me show you.
Also, can we not delete the open house leads?
Yeah, you should be able to delete them.
It doesn't let
Unless,
the
maybe
one
there's
like the fake one I just made doesn't let me delete.
It depends
Okay.
on the settings. I believe I have everyone set not to be able to delete leads, since that's what we're used to from Boomtown.
Can you
just
delete it for me, Doug?
Just mark it as a bad lead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if the AI, I mean, the feedback would be if there was a way it could say that you are so-and-so's assistant, not just, hey, I'm Taylor with the Ocean Air Realty, because as I read when leads respond to it, they're like, oh yeah, I'm already working with Charles. It's like,
Gotcha.
you know, we
Okay.
could avoid that confusion and be like, hey, I am so-and-so's assistant at Ocean Air Realty, to try to keep that teed up in the beginning instead of having that confusion.
Okay, got it. Okay. And yes, I did double check the account to delete leads permissions off, so that's why you weren't able to delete it. But okay. So as far as the AI assistant goes, the AI assistant is at the company level, the team level, right? So it needs to be a generalized name, because if we were to put Charles there, then everybody would say Charles assistant, right? So in that case, if you really wanted your own AI assistant that does say that, you can absolutely purchase your own AI assistant, and then you can customize the name. So for example, this is a team admin perspective. You could come here and change the assistant name if you purchase your own to be Charles assistant if you wanted.
Well,
and then you,
no, I don't want to change the name of the person. Taylor is fine. Like, for example, sometimes it'll respond back with like, okay, I'll have Charles reach out to you, or I can't remember exactly the scenario that does that. But in its initial request, instead of it saying, hi, Christine, thanks for the inquiry on Facebook. I'm Taylor with the Ocean Air Realty. Could it say, hi, Christine, thanks for the inquiry. I'm Taylor. I'm so-and-so's assistant with the Ocean Air Realty. Just like how
gotcha.
it gives our own information in other responses.
Mhm.
Can we do that in the beginning?
There's not a way to
Kinda
do
help
that currently,
clear
but that's a
things
really
up.
good. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying it kind of helps just make it easier, because like there'll be times when they'll say, I don't know, yeah, I want to see a house. It'll be like, okay, great. I'll have Charles reach out to you. And then it puts in my info and all that. And it does, each person on the team has their own individual response of them.
Mhm.
So can we just do that also in the beginning?
So
That's
to
a great
me,
question and a great.
it's already pulling our name at some
Mhm.
point in the conversation. We just want it to identify that it's working with us as their assistant in that first one. So just kind of editing what the text and the placeholder initially, so it doesn't think, oh, this is another agent reaching out. I'm already talking to Charles, but I'm working with Charles.
Yeah, that's actually really great feedback. I haven't even heard that was a concern before. So what I would suggest doing is in the right here where it says rate AI response, for any
Yeah, I've
time
done that.
AI.
I've done that like 50
Okay.
times already.
Okay, yeah. So it's not going to
I
happen
literally
overnight,
have
but
it. I'm going to tell you what I have saved, and you could probably look through and find it. I do very unsatisfied, and I go, I would love for the AI to also include that I am Charles's assistant, instead of just saying Taylor with the Ocean Air Realty. I have this saved on my computer.
sure. The system, it's AI. So it's training the AI what to say. So it's not overnight where things happen and change there. What you can do is also go to right here, this question mark icon, and suggest a feature. The more requests that we get for a feature, we try to implement. So if everybody has that same feedback, definitely come here, suggest it so that we can continue to train the AI. The AI has come a long way, let me tell you. I've been here for a couple of years now, and the responses just get better and better and better over time. It's a learning machine that's learning as we go, basically. So continue doing that and rating the AI response, and tweaks will be made along the way. But yeah, as far as like what you can actually do, there's not a way to edit that currently. It's a good feedback though. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Could you take that away and put it to somebody else higher up?
Sure. Yeah, I have a product team. I can mention that too. Sure.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? What other questions?
Anybody have anything else? Connor, April, Janine, Jacqueline? I don't know if Kelly's on.
I have one more thing I can show you before we hop, because we went over almost all the marketing tools, but I do want to let you know about your design center as well. So here in the design center, got lots of templates that you can use for whatever you want. You can use these for postcards, social media posts, business cards, whatever you like. There's a bunch of templates here that change around the holidays. So we have Labor Day coming up, so Labor Day designs. You can use this expand button. Maybe you want to create like a just listed postcard. You can select that and select the templates. You'll be able to edit the templates as well. So maybe you like this one and you want to edit it. You'll be able to advanced edit, and it brings you to kind of similar to Canva if anybody's used Canva before. But you can come here and adjust, change verbiage, add icons, logos, QR codes, text codes, lots of ways to edit these. From here, if you wanted to post on social media, you could. You could email it out. Maybe you just want to do an email blast with a nice design you created. You can download it to your computer if you ever just wanted to print it out somewhere.
Hey, Eric, it's Charles again. I was looking at the scan for the open house. Is there a way to print this screen?
Like the QR code?
Yeah.
With that, you'll maybe you can print it by like your basic print buttons there, but typically
so
I hear
like an actual like file to download and print.
No, we need a way to do that though. If you right click it and save it to your
Do I
computer,
need
you
to
can
suggest that as a feature?
Yeah, please.
Who should I suggest that to? And the little
You
thing
just-
Generally,
again?
you can. If it's an image on your computer, you should be able to print it.
Yeah, I mean, I can screen grab it and print it, but it'd be a lot more convenient if there was just like a, print.
No,
Yeah.
not screen grab. You can save it, and once you save it, you can open it in another program and then print it from there. I don't know. There's several image viewing programs that'll print. Sure.
Like, it'd be nice if it already had like the address right above it. I mean, I'll just make this in Canva real quick, but you see how we have it right now? This seems like it's very much set up to be running on like a tablet or something, not printed out for somebody to use.
Yeah, as far as like my suggestion for that, just right clicking and printing, but
Yeah.
I totally hear
And I
you.
mean, I'm
Like,
going to do that anyways, but like
Mhm.
what would be great is if
Yeah.
you literally had like the address above it and like scan to sign in. Right? Like, I mean, I'll make it, but that would just be nice for the future because we could use this for open houses and literally, like somebody was just saying, tape it on the front door. Please scan and sign in prior to entry.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a great suggestion.
And you'll know if they didn't because they won't log into it won't dump into your system.
Yep, the system's constantly improving. We release new updates every couple weeks, so we do definitely take your guys' feedback as you are using the system. Feel free to come here to the question mark icon and suggest it. And yeah, we definitely have implemented a lot of things over time that you guys have suggested, so definitely do that. But yeah, good suggestions there. But yeah, the Design Center, lots of designs for you to poke through. If you wanted to create your own from scratch, you can, or if you want to upload a design and edit that, you can as well. Alrighty, I have to hop in just a second here. Any other questions before we go?
No, this was good. Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy to help. All right, well, thanks so much, guys. It was great connecting with you all. Doug, if you want to connect with another training, or another training, I'm happy to do that. So thank you. Hope you all have a good day. See you later.
Hey,
Thanks so
Eric,
much.
so much. Can you please send me the link to the recording so I can share with people who weren't on?
Absolutely, I will do that.
I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. We really do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.